My 40 male wife, 36 female, no longer relies on me. It's my fault and I want to fix it. I have been a crappy husband for years. My wife no longer relies on me. I want to fix this situation, but I don't know how. I have been married to my wife for 14 years now. We have 3 boys, 12, 10 and 7. I work an office job while she is a stay-at-home mum. I don't even know when, but my wife has stopped relying on me. I know that it's my fault. I admit to leaving most of the childcare and anything related to the house to her. No excuses, I was just a derriere. It wasn't like this when we first got married, but after we had our children, I left her with most of the responsibility. My wake-up call was last October. I had an afternoon off. She left to pick up the kids from school. I didn't even notice that they were late getting back until she texted me to tell me that they were going to be a bit more late. They were about 30 minutes late by then. When they got in, I asked them why they were late, and she said that they had a flat tyre when they were about 5 minutes away. She had to change it before they could continue. I asked her, why didn't you call me to help? And she said, oh, I didn't even think of that. It was like a slap to the face. Last I remembered, she would always call me if something like that had happened. I started paying more attention, and I noticed more things. She took care of everything, and if she needed help, she would call for our children, but never me. When she needed adult help, she would call her brother or father, even if I was literally in the house. When I asked her why she didn't ask me, she would say something along the lines of me slipping out of her mind, forgetting I was there, calling them out of habit. And these are genuine answers, not her being passive-aggressive. I tried to start doing more chores, but she has her day very well planned. That me helping annoys her more than it helps her. I tried to take care of the kids more, but they are not used to me. Even when I try to do something for them, they still call for her. My youngest told me, "It's okay, Daddy, Mummy can do that." I thought that all I needed to do is just keep trying. With time, she will learn to rely on me again if I keep being persistent. But Christmas showed me that maybe something else is needed. 2 weeks before Christmas, she came home with the kids after going Christmas shopping. I didn't even know they were planning to go. Then after the kids went to bed, I asked her if she found everything that she wanted. And she replied, "Yep, I've got our gifts for the kids, Santa's gifts to them, our gifts to the other family members, your gift from me, your gift from the kids, and my gift from you. My sister is taking the kids to buy their gift to me tomorrow." She brought her own gift because she was used to doing that. It's been weighing on my mind, especially when she was extremely confused about me buying her another gift. She sees herself as completely alone in this marriage, sees me as another one of the kids. I want to get back to when we were equal partners and she could rely on me. I just don't know how to do that. I want to suggest couples therapy, but I'm afraid since that might rock the boat or make her think that I am not happy with her. What should I do? If you spend enough time teaching someone that you aren't there for them, eventually they learn not to rely on you for anything. Even more than that, once you get your head out your derriere, which it sounds like you did, they'll still be reluctant to ask just out of spite. Maybe that's not the right word I'm looking for. Couples therapy might be helpful, but first you're going to have to spend some time communicating and proving that you're now willing to put in the effort. Even therapy might be a tough sell, because she doesn't think that she has a problem. She already figured out how to manage without your help. OP replies, "This is exactly what is happening here. Some people suggested I go to therapy on my own, and I'm going to do that. I agree that he should go to therapy, but he needs to find ways to help without getting in the way of a well-oiled machine. It should be great that he recognises that he needs to step up, but he needs to do it properly. I'm guessing his wife has already noticed, but she's got no idea if or when OP will go back to his unhelpful ways." When I, male 24, was in uni, I went on a few dates with Amy, female 22, and we slept together, with protection, a couple of times. It didn't work out, but we parted on friendly enough terms. A few months later, I hear through a mutual friend that she's pregnant, and I call her to ask if the baby's mine. She ignored my calls, so I went round to her house. We both did uni in our home city, and her mum told me that she wasn't interested in seeing me, and it wasn't my business. So I left and didn't go round again. I thought the baby was probably mine, though I couldn't be sure, obviously. So I went to a solicitor in town and asked what I could do. They told me I had to wait until the baby was born. Fast forward a few months, and I hear that she had the baby. So I went back to the solicitor, and they go to court for me to ask for a declarator that I'm the father, parental rights and responsibilities, and contact with the baby. I wanted some residence too, like 2 nights a week or something. But the solicitor told me I probably wouldn't get that while the mum was still breastfeeding, and that seemed fair enough to me. Amy never contested anything I asked for in court, so I got it all, and I started going round to her house with my mum to see the baby. He's such a cool wee guy. His mum named him without asking me before I got my PRRs, which I'm a bit upset about, but there's nothing I can do about it. Amy's been mostly okay with me, but her mum is always really cold and a bit difficult. A couple of weeks ago, Amy told me that she was moving to take a new job and taking the baby with her. The job is a really exciting position at a financial firm in the capital city, and probably not the sort of opportunity she would have here. The capital is not too far away, 40 minutes on the train, but I was unhappy that I would have to travel further for contact. Amy wasn't interested in talking about it and said that she was the main parent and I would just have to make it work. I was really upset, so I went back to my solicitor and they have asked for a specific issue order to stop the baby's address from being moved. I was really upset, so I went back to my solicitor and they have asked for a specific issue order to stop the baby's address from being moved out of my city. The court won't decide for another couple of weeks, but I got a call from Amy's mum saying I was selfishly trying to ruin Amy's future, and she should be able to make the decision because she gave birth, and if I wanted to say, I should have married her before knocking her up. So, am I the derriere for going to court and interfering with Amy's future? Edit to address some recurring points. I didn't get a DNA test. I asked the court for a declarator that I was the father, and they served the papers on Amy, and she decided not to participate with the court process. I gave evidence about our relationship and my interactions with Amy since then. Amy herself has never denied that I'm the father. Her position was just that it was none of my business. I feel like folk are concentrating on this and trying to make out that I'm pushing some kind of lie when it's not something that is actually in doubt. I'm not seeking a relationship with Amy or trying to reinsert myself into her life or control her. All I want to do is co-parent with her. I don't understand the comment saying that she doesn't want a relationship with me, therefore I shouldn't have tried to be involved in my kid's life. I get that this is not a great distance, especially compared to some American cities, and I get that I might look like I'm just interested in my convenience, but I'm really worried that if the trains are on strike, or I miss a train, or whatever, it impedes my contact, then I will look bad when I have to ask for residential time with the baby. I'm open to eventually being an equal parent, and I'm scared that this is in danger. I've been knocked a bit by all the negative responses, so I'm going to think again about what the best solution might be. You're the derriere. I could understand if she wanted to take your kid 4 hours away, but 40 minutes is nothing. Better opportunities for Amy will create a better life for your son. By preventing her from moving, you're not only sabotaging Amy, you're also impacting your baby too. Why? Because you're too lazy and selfish to travel 40 minutes. I mean, potentially ruining someone's career because you can't be bothered to travel 40 minutes is absurd. I know OP said he doesn't want a DNA test, but I would recommend one anyway, just to be doubly sure that this child is his. Okay, this next story was very divided, so I'd love to hear what your comments are. Am I the derriere for not wanting to quit drinking occasionally while my wife was pregnant and now pumping? My wife has been giving me a hard time about drinking on occasion lately. It started when she was pregnant because a few of her friends' husbands stopped drinking when they were pregnant, pumping. Apparently that's a thing. She wants me to be going through this with her. I am just not understanding what the problem is. I used to drink whatever I wanted to, if that meant during the week, weekend, whatever, and she used to drink with me at the same time. Then she told me that I can only drink on the weekends, and now she says only on social events, rare with a 3-month-old. Am I missing something here? If I had a sickness and were unable to walk or something, I don't think that I would try to restrict her from walking so that she would be going through this with me. Or if I had a gluten allergy, I wouldn't tell her that she couldn't enjoy pizza whenever she wanted. Am I the derriere? You're the derriere. There is still a baby to take care of, and you need to be sober to do that. Childcare is not her job alone, unless you want it to be, because I'm sure she can arrange that. It sounds to me like you have a drinking problem and she's trying to manage it. You're the derriere. Why is drinking more important than your child? Why is giving up drinking so difficult for you? Hint, you have a drinking problem. People were going wild in the comment section about whether OP is an alcoholic or not. I mean, just because your significant other doesn't want you to drink because they can't, it doesn't mean that you have a problem. It just means that they're being super controlling. I don't think there's anything wrong with a husband wanting to have a beer or a glass of wine on occasion just because you can't. And I don't think she should be the one controlling whether he drinks or not, unless it is excessive and he is an alcoholic. Now that would be different. If you enjoyed today's stories, don't forget to hit the like button, comment down below, and of course, hit the subscribe button. Thank you. Bye.